Sunday, Monday, Corey days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Corey days. Corey Day. What a day for YouTube. This content is ours. Scoop along with me those Corey days. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Steele Wars. I am Steele Saunders, and I do love Star Wars, and we are joined by the hatless, well-combed, fellow Kenobi backgrounder, currently getting hydrated. What in the world is behind you, Corey Van Dyke? How you doing?
Good. How are you, buddy?
I am very well. Now, it's been a while since we've been able to chat, both on our frequent endeavors. Hey to everyone in the chat, by the way. But I don't want to lie about my thumbnail. I just want to get this up top, and then we'll chat about all things Andor and catch up on our little Star Wars chat. How's your collecting going anyway, Corey? Have you like how many Hot Toys pre-orders do you currently have going at any one time?
Never more than 12.
Oh, here we go. Oh no. I feel like we didn't since we did the last show, Andor's almost finished. There was an animated show released. Like, there's been so much in 6 weeks? That's kind of crazy.
It's a fair chunk of Star Wars. But anyway, I want to tell you my little theory about Andor, right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a prison breakout. Big theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then after the breakout, the ISB, obviously, they're going to look at what prisoners broke out.
Right.
To try put out APBs on them or whatever. And it will be discovered that Andor, this whole time, has been in Imperial custody, and it got, they missed it.
Right.
So I reckon that Deidre is going to let that Tarkin lookalike, the little offsider.
Yeah.
Who's a bit of a rising star. Like, he's, like, do you know what I mean? He's sort of, he's pretty on it. I reckon she might, let him take the fall for it. And then hire the services of one very eager Syril. What do you think about that part of the theory?
Yeah, it's pretty spot on. I mean, they're definitely setting up Deidre to be in a position of power, if you will. And I feel like she would definitely screw over anybody. In terms of Syril, something's definitely going to happen with them, I'm sure. He's going to be her, puppy, essentially, I think. But yeah, I think that's pretty spot on.
And this is my season 2 finale spoiler, Corey.
Oh, whoa. We're going 3 years from now. Okay.
It's pretty fan servicey, admittedly.
Okay.
But in the final story arc, I think Deidre stabs Syril in the back, gaining a promotion that she's very excited about, stationing her on the Death Star.
Okay. Setting
her up to die.
I would love that.
It would be such an awesome irony that, if it's her or Syril, I sort of like the idea that it's her, that she's traveling off into victory to land on the Death Star, and in the story, because it's just it's not that far away from when the Death Star blows up.
Right.
Bang.
Yeah, I would love that. Then a credit scene can just be the Death Star blowing up in A New Hope.
I don't know about that, Corey. Don't over pepper
That's
my
too much for Gilroy. Yeah,
my pasta. So oh my god, we've got a like a thing.
we do. Yeah,
There was like a sex bot in
we
the
do,
chat.
yeah. Like, ever so
I'm not-
often.
and I'm not talking about James Hallahan either. The cutting room floor. Yeah, I just scored 5 dates.
Oh, that's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, I like your theory. Is there a second part to it?
No, I just did the finale.
Okay, that was it. Got it. Okay. I definitely think the groundwork for Krennic to come in is being set up with everything that's going on and the strife between all the Imperials. What do you think of Andor? Like, just all in all, what's your take on it?
Exceedingly good.
Okay.
I tell you, like, it's, and because it's like free of all the constraints of Star Wars and characters and stuff, like, and it's exceptionally written and well made and stuff. So I'm just like, I've got very few nitpicks, right? But here's one that you won't hear everywhere, right? When Andor first moves into the prison, right? One of the things about the cells is there can only be one prisoner in there at a time, or it electrifies or something, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The guy showing him around just sort of casually like hops in Andor's cell.
Right.
And is not really that concerned if Andor hops in or not.
Right.
Again, a very minor quibble.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to feel about Andor because I feel like sometimes I'm going crazy when I see the reception for it being what it is. I don't know. I think it's good TV, if that makes any sense. Like, I think it's very well written and very well shot, and the cinematography is just insane on it. I don't think it's good Star Wars though. I know it's a hot take. I think it's good TV. I don't think it's good Star Wars. But I think it's all about preference. So I'm more lean towards what we're used to, I guess, which I think needs upgrades in itself. It's weird because this show shows us what really good production quality looks like, and that's what I would love to see in other shows too. I just think the story is quite interesting with Mon Mothma and with Luthen and that whole storyline, and I'm so intrigued by that storyline more than anything. And then I think the prison stuff in the last couple of episodes has been super intriguing. Specifically, this episode is where I've started becoming invested in the tenseness of everything that's going on. And so I'm really excited to see what happens next week with Andy Serkis's character, because his acting, first off, that little switch in this past episode where he goes from okay with like thinking he's about to leave, and then the realization when he realizes he's never leaving is, and that's the thing. This show's so weird. Like, the acting is so good, everything in it's so good.
Let's just savor it, Corey. You ready?
Yeah.
Never more than 12.
Oh!
It's so good. Like, every time I watch, I'm so conflicted with myself.
This was me, right?
Yeah.
After that.
When the lights begin to dim and we go somewhere we've never been before.
Oh, you know what it kind of feels like? I feel like the show could be condensed, I guess, is where I'm coming from with it. Like, I don't think it needs to be as drawn out as it's been. I feel like it almost like makes more sense to have like the Mando episode. I don't know, whatever. Who cares?
All right, so for those listening just to the podcast, there's people in the chat saying that only applies when the floor is red. Yes. KG says Andor does wonders for Star Wars world building, though. This is the thing about that. It does. It shows you things that you're like, you always sort of knew was there, but you never really thought about what was in there and the like the individual stories and stuff. It's
Well, when he says never more than 12, do you think he's talking about episodes per season? And that's just a little stupid. Yes, they do. Yeah, I'm very intrigued by Andy Serkis's character. I think we're going to cut back to Saw and Luthen, I would think. I don't think that's done. The Mon Mothma stuff.
Can I ask though?
Yeah.
I saw you tweet. It might have been a couple of weeks ago that you just weren't like connecting. Like, what part of it did you not like?
Well, it's weird. It's not even that I don't like it. Like, it's not because it's good. It's just
that it's not Star Wars.
yeah. It's just there's like, and I understand that I think the show should totally exist, and for those enjoying it, I think that's great. It just feels different, and I don't mind. It's weird. I can't even fully understand why it's not connecting.
Yeah, it's up to the individual person whether
Yeah.
they go with the flow or not.
Right.
But it is a different tone.
It is. Yeah.
Like, it does not fit in the same like story depiction. I don't know. Like, it's just not of the same world as A New Hope. It's showing us the grittiness. Like, it's a different angle. It is just like HBO is making Star Wars, and they're just doing it from this more grittier angle.
Well,
But it's like up to you or not whether you're into that angle or not. But it's undeniable that it's just of a different vibe than like the rest of the stuff that's been out so far.
yeah. Oh no, for sure. Well, and it's so strange because everybody who's working on that show, like you got people who have worked on The Americans and Chernobyl, and I love those shows. So it's weird because they are bringing that vibe to Star Wars, but for some reason, like for me personally, it's just not clicking. And I actually think that might have to do with, like, for example, if you put, let's say even Kenobi, right? If you put Kenobi in this tone, I think I would really be interested in that. I think maybe it's just some of the characters I'm a little on, so I don't feel as attached. Where if you do this with legacy characters, I think that might be different. I also think, and this might be a bit of a hot take too, but I don't think I'm too invested in Cassian's character either. Like I love him in Rogue One, but I don't know. I don't know what it is about this show that he's brilliantly acted, and Diego Luna's always great, but like there seems to be more of a focus on other characters than Cassian himself at times, and I think that takes away from me getting overly attached to him in the show. But
it's honestly like your worst take. You have some pretty bad takes. I love you, but you have some pretty bad takes.
Okay, thanks for all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them like chopping it up and going from story to story because they almost do it in a way that other story's out of your mind for a bit, and you're like, oh, like Luthen was not in the last episode, and I didn't like notice. Like, it wasn't something until people talk, because I was so like on all the jump arounds and stuff. I do, and to the show's credit, when they do cut to a different like part of the story, I do lament the story I just left.
Yeah,
because I was so into that, and then at the end of that, I'm into that. Like, but
well, dude, like it's before the show came out. When we were talking about it, I was always very, very excited for Luthen. Has not disappointed at all. Like, his character is, I think he's the best character in the show for sure.
Oh, this is interesting. David McKay, cancel Corey.
Yeah.
Someone said something about the name. Vicky said, should the show have been called something else instead of Andor?
Yes,
I
think so.
But I just don't think that's a problem.
No, like I don't think it's a problem. I think
Because it's like, unless you're saying people aren't watching it because it's called Andor, then that's a problem. But I just like think it's such a, I don't know, like a fan thing to think that your enjoyment of the show,
yeah,
like it's like he is, like he's not he's not getting Book of Boba Fett episode
right.
5.
Yeah, no, he's not like a side character by any means, not at all. I don't know. I think it might also just be that I'm just so more invested in the other character storylines that I just love when we're there. And then, but even like the prison stuff, I really enjoy. I feel like this is the most I've enjoyed Cassian, is seeing him struggle in the prison, and like we're starting to see the seeds of the Cassian we see in Rogue One. I'm very scared for his adopted mother, though. I don't foresee this going well.
Oh, well,
for her.
It's pretty obvious what's happening to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And I should emphasize that I am enjoying the show. Every week I'm like, well, okay, that was really good. But then I kind of like, you know what I think the difference is? It's like, with Mando, I don't know, there was like a certain energy in the air that was just so different, and really like electrifying and exciting. And this feels more like, I forget who said it earlier, but it's like, this is like a nice wine, and we're sitting there and slowly sipping it. Just kind of.
But that's it's like the Mando ones are like a comic book, and this is like a novel.
Yes, that is a perfect. Yes, this feels like a Star Wars novel, like a really in-depth, like old EU kind of following the rebellions. Yeah, it feels like a novel for sure.
But I've seen, I retweeted one of them before. A lot of just TV journalists are like giving it mad props.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Out of the Star Wars bubble of of our passion for and against. Oh my God.
You're back.
What is going on? I almost blocked someone else. Block user.
Oh boy.
Oh, dude. Block user. Go away. I've never had that.
Oh, I had it once. Really bad ones where it was like, I'm talking like 100 messages from completely different accounts. Is pretty bad, but
gosh.
Yeah, I saw a rumor going around that that the actress who plays Bix apparently signed like a crazy deal to do more stuff. I don't know if that's legit or not, but I could see them doing more with her character. She's been one of my favorites too. I've been very interested in where they're taking her.
Well, she said she's in season 2.
Okay.
Like I would be shocked if it was anything more than that, and it's just been, blown up. Because I don't know. It's just, it has never happened before where they're just like, hey, let's this is your mining, and now we're going to blow you up into like, I just think like, she might have a bigger part in season 2.
Well, what's interesting is I feel like there's 3 different stories of Star Wars going on that you could make a universe out of, because you've got the Mandoverse where you've got that connected with Ahsoka and all these other shows and Mando, and then you've got Kenobi, which you could easily do spin-offs, for Reva and for the Jabim sort of storyline.
Ajax.
And even Ajax, there you go. The most pressing spinoff. And then even Andor, like you can spin off with characters. There's like 3 big different shows you can do that with.
Now, Andor, you just keep it going. Whoever's left, you get to see them between A New Hope and Empire. That would be
Yeah,
the best.
that would be phenomenal. That's a great idea. That's like Lucasfilm. You're looking in the wrong direction. Like, that is perfect. I never considered that. Yeah, doing if like Luthen survives into.
Yeah, or just whoever survives. You got Mon Mothma. She's kicking it. But yeah, that would be so good.
That'd be great.
And then you sort of, you're giving everyone their, hey, we love, like, it's the perfect thing for that. We love the original trilogy, and we want our Star Wars to be a bit more grown up. Like, do you know what I mean? They're like into Game of Thrones and all that sort of full on fare. Jackie watches that the House of the Dragon, and
yeah, it's really good.
I see things going on in it, and I'm just like, close the door, Dragon. Close the door. Did you watch
Game of Thrones?
No.
Okay.
I watched the last season, like, not all of it, but the last few, just to see what was going on, because Jackie was like all about it. Hey, what's Gareth Edwards up to?
Dude, I was just thinking that the other day. I looked him up on IMDb not too long ago, and he's actually directing like a pretty big movie that has a stacked cast.
Oh, I'm glad, man, because this, like you think about if you're a human, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Despite you're a director and you did this, you got paid, whatever. It must be an interesting thing to see this movie that you made that got taken off you or whatever. Someone had to come in and finish it up, and then they've gone and made this series about it that everyone's raving about, and your name is never spoken. Like, you don't exist.
Yeah, I've thought about that like a bunch because, you're right. You never hear anything about him. And I just remember the marketing for Rogue One where he was a part of every press tour, anything possible. Like,
he was the people's champ.
Yeah, like, why? I'm kind of sad he didn't even get brought back in to direct at least an episode. That would have been really heartwarming. And Tony Gilroy announced all the season 2 directors the other day, and he's not associated at all with this series.
Here's a little a theory from
Vikesh. That would be cool.
I want Krennic to be Uncle Harlow. Orson Krennic. Harlow.
Maybe that, yeah. Middle name.
It'd be something. Imagine Mendo and this Syril dude in a scene together.
Oh, dude.
And the mum, they could just tear it up for 8 minutes.
A dinner with them all eating cereal together would be.
How about that? The episode before that Forrest Whitaker.
That was great. Oh my gosh, that was, man. You see, this is like a lot of what's happening in the show too is kind of what I've always wanted to see, like how the rebellion forms, and I feel like this is such an in-depth look at that with how Saw is totally unhinged, just talking about other factions. I know we've seen him unhinged before, but that was something else. That was just full on crazy.
That scene. Those two dudes.
You think we'll get more of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I am, now that we're kind of in the final stretch of the show, I think this is sort of the most excited I've been for it, because this is where we're really going to see where it's going. I do think season 2, I'm just super intrigued about with what they could do with that, because that's where you have to start incorporating, I think, the characters of Rogue One a little bit more.
Daniel Santos says, my dad, who used to live under the Filipino dictatorship of President Marcos in the 70s, said that Andor really rings true to him, especially they're choking us so slow we don't notice line. Good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, good science fiction is like an analogy, like of what's happening in the world. You put it in a fantastic situation, and it helps humans like understand it,
Yeah.
like without as much emotion. Some
Right.
humans,
Some. Yeah.
some,
Yeah, no,
some are just like ducking the point.
I've
Like
seen that.
Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. Just,
Yeah.
no
Well,
point.
Even seen
Sorry.
Andor's mom sort of talking about her like rebellion and all that.
All right. Well, it's as we've well established, and they've set it up how it's going to end for her.
Yeah.
It's the clues are all there, but like, is Andor like coming back to that news? Is that just the like, oh?
I think that's that starts it for him for sure.
You put me in one of those, what are they called? U-wings. I'll do whatever you want.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. How many episodes do we have left? 3? We have 3 episodes.
Yeah,
left.
so there's like the finale of the prison, and then Tony Gilroy, my favorite non-Star Wars fan, he said like the last 2 episodes are like a dual finale.
Okay. Interesting.
So I love that Deidre, how she's like she's like telling the ISB like previously on Andor, like but she doesn't know the character names.
Right.
Like she knows that Luthen's like the center of it and is involved with this, that, and the other. Like it's chilling how good she is at her job.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting, and Tony talked about this, our good friend Tony talked about this a couple of days ago, where
TK!
he said that you want to root for Deidre in the beginning, and then
Yes,
kind of understand that she's not. She's also like just evil. So, oh, dude, what did the doctor who put the things on the earphones on Bix? He said it was like the screams of kids that they killed. That's really messed up. I was not expecting something like that. This makes me feel like obviously we already know the Empire is evil, but this is like, dude, this makes me feel so gross, like even more so about them every time we hear these little things or the way they torture people, or even I like the scene where the clones kill the civilians just for throwing a rock, and like the clones have different heights, so it kind of ties into Bad Batch where like these aren't clone troopers anymore. This is like the Empire, like different people in the clone armor, and then hanging Cassian's adoptive dad's pretty messed up.
What about that dude that was just like gagging to hang someone?
Oh yeah, he's like, I want to make an example out of me. That was creepy, man. Also, Yularen being in it was cool. It was funny because when he showed up, I was like, that's got to be Yularen, right? And then they never said his name. I was confused, and then obviously,
well, that's where I came up with my ending of Andor with the Death Star, because of that guy going, I'd like to hang him. I'm like, oh god, I hope that guy's on the Death Star. And then I was like, oh wait, I can put whoever I want on the Death Star.
That would be a great ending. That all the characters we like loathe throughout the show, they just get sent to the Death Star.
Woo!
Just one gunship goes up to the Death Star, and
but they've got to be really happy they're going there.
Yeah.
And then like they've got their promotion, they've got this sweet new job working under Tarkin. It's just going to be the best.
Do you think
then in the final seconds of the show,
survive check,
bang, you're done, son.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get K2 by the end of the season?
Of this season?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Think it'll be a big season 2 thing?
Yes.
Yeah, seeing the K2 droid come out of that beach scene, I freaked out right there because like, oh, that's K2, and then I realized there's like 1,000 of them. But
yeah, I feel like seeing the other droids was that was enough K2 for this season.
Yeah, I think that was the perfect kind of tease of like, yeah, we know, just wait. And that's what I felt like that was.
Daniel says the what's happening on level 2 bit was
Yes.
so intense. Never
Oh my
seen so
gosh,
much
it's
tension
so
and
good.
unnerving scenes in Star Wars. It
Yeah.
was gnarly. And it was sort of paced really well because after the first prison episode, I was sort of like, yeah, I can't do another full episode of that.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Because it was
Yeah.
grueling.
Yeah.
Like it was like gripping and it was entertaining, but just seeing that old man,
Yeah.
I'm just like, just someone just kill him now to put me out of my misery. I'm like just cringing at like 12:35 on a Wednesday morning.
When he had that stroke, that was
was
so
brutal.
sad.
But then this episode with everything sort of going wrong, it was just like, like it was so like,
Yeah.
like it was like refreshing sort of to like, but it was like really tense as well.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing about even the level 2 scene. And then once we find out what that was about, that's so haunting to think that they released somebody, put them on in the same facility. Because like that's a big error on the Empire's part. So I'm sure somebody's paying the price on the Empire side of thing too.
Yeah. So that's like a bit of a, been a discussion of what's going on there. But I like my head canon and a lot of other people's is he was getting sent off to another facility where everyone knows they're not getting out. It's just like, it's sort of like got enough out of you with this sort of like coaxing mind game thing. And then it's just like, you're in the Spice Mines of Kessel type, just like, the illusion's gone sort of thing. But, that whole bit. And because they were in those, water tubes as well, I was sweating about cracks and.
Oh yeah.
They didn't all have those glass bubbles that Padme had, so I was very concerned.
Yeah. Where do you think? How do you think the show ends for season 1?
All right, so someone, Devish, said that. Where do you predict this series ends? I don't know. How do you predict? It's like he's going to get out of jail. I just so hope that whatever his name is, Andy Serkis. What's his name in the show?
Kino, is it Kino?
Kino. I can't believe I forgot that. I just want him to live. Let my Kino live. Let him be in my Star Wars to Empire Strikes Back series.
I would love for him to be a series regular next season.
I feel like good.
He's
all
so
right.
good, yeah.
All right, let's just come on. For those joining us late, ready?
Never more than 12.
Yeah! Oh.
It's so I actually totally forgot he played Snoke, like the entirety of watching him in these shows, like these episodes, and I was like, oh yeah, he played Snoke, that's right. Like I just totally forgot about that.
Wait there. Have you seen, there was an article I retweeted.
Yeah, he talks about not like Snoke, him not being Snoke.
He like where is it? Is it under news? Star Wars. Andy Serkis doesn't think we've seen enough Snoke. All right, this is Andy Serkis, the playlist. Andy Serkis gets definitive. His Andor character has nothing to do with Snoke whatsoever.
I love that he had to address it.
Oh man, that's so funny. It's wait there. Where is this? Keep talking, Corey.
Yeah, It would be so funny. It would be so funny if he actually was Snoke. It would be so stupid, the dumbest thing of all time, but it would also be so funny.
I just like that, you know, he's had this like secret role and he's just come in and just knocked it out of the park. Like he's killing the game, right? And now people are ruining it by going, oh, is it going to be Snoke? You know, it's like his Andor character has nothing to do with Snoke whatsoever. Look, hey, mate, not so funny now, is it? Hey?
Oh my gosh.
And if you're listening to the podcast, I just put up a photo of Andy Serkis on Entertainment Tonight holding the Your Snoke Theory Sucks sticker. Back in the day, back in the Snoke heyday.
In the day, man. Jeez.
And he was grinning. He thought it was a real laugh, a real hoot. But now he doesn't whatsoever.
5 years ago. David McKay says that I guess he said he wants George Lucas to do a Snoke movie. Andy Serkis said that.
All right. Well, Andy Serkis is living in a it's yeah.
Can you imagine George Lucas comes out of retirement to make a Snoke movie?
Andy Serkis sees like George Lucas at like an awards or something.
I'm super excited to see what you and your team created.
Oh, that guy. Oh my God, I've been waiting to tell you the story for months. Okay. So.
Wait. Tell the story. I'm gonna unplug my headphones so I can get more coffee.
Okay.
And so.
Okay. So. Let's see. Well, that might have just disconnected Steele completely. All right. Well. Can you hear me? Okay. Cannot hear Steele anymore.
No. How about now?
There. And I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So. It was Aubrey, Dom, and I. Dom of the Star Wars Underworld. We all went to D23 a couple of months ago, and we went to Disneyland after D23 was over. And usually, what happens is when Celebration or D23 happens, the next day, Disneyland will be pretty populated by different celebrities and will be escorted around by a cast member. So when you see a cast member escorting somebody, it's usually because it's somebody of importance. So that day, like we saw a bunch of Daredevil cast members, and we saw the actor who plays Short Round of Indiana Jones. But at the very end of the day, we saw, because we were keeping an eye out for the cast members escorting all the celebrities. But at the very end of the day,
God, you're like Syril, but at Disneyland.
Right, yeah, absolutely. We see this like younger guy being escorted, and Aubrey, Dom, and I are looking at him like he looks really familiar. And we like finally Aubrey makes the connection. She's like, "Wait a minute, that's the guy that Steele clips all the time." And sure enough, it was the guy from the clip. He was there, and I was like, "We have to go up to him and get a sign."
Oh my gosh.
It was him. And we were just all dying laughing.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Because it was just one of those moments that I'm like, he doesn't realize.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So, did you try to take a photo, but the photo didn't work out because
The lights were low.
We started referencing that line because it was legitimately so dark out. Yeah, we didn't go up to him or anything. He just had like it looked like he had family around and stuff, so we didn't. But
dude, that would be the best like photo, like just like celebrity photo to have.
When he walked away, I said to Aubrey and Dom, I was like, I think I should run over there and take a selfie and send it to Steele right now. But by the time we even tried to decide that, he was like already gone, and it was
Oh man,
it was funny. Yeah, so that just brought me back.
All right, how about this, Corey? this is disturbing, right? Your companion in life, Aubrey, for some nefarious reason, I can only imagine. I'm not sure if she's planning on getting rid of you or what is happening, but she's tweeted out that she did an AI tweet generator for Corey in case, I guess, Corey's not around or something. He can still have vibe checking takes. And how about we go through these, Corey?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Let's get this up nice and big. So this is so.
This looks like a real tweet.
So explain what happened. She puts in your Twitter address, and then it just comes out with predictions of what you come out with.
It basically, the AI generates what they think I would say, or just based on every tweet I've ever posted, it just kind of compiles what they think is most likely. And I just feel like that's a real tweet.
All right. So can you read them out? Can you see this on your screen? Good
Yeah.
enough?
So this first one says, just got home from celebration and was wonderful. Met so many amazing people, had an amazing time.
I would say that's true, Corey.
Yeah.
Like I think I could show you that tweet and you wouldn't go, I didn't tweet that.
Yeah, no, I would. Yeah.
All right. This is my favorite, to be honest. How about lay this one on us, Corey?
Yeah, my top 4 moments from celebration. Only 4, oddly enough. 1, Chewbacca and Han meet. So, pretty big moment. But this one, number 2 is Boba and IG-88 meet. It's so weird.
In what?
Yeah,
like in line?
And then 3 is just the Mandalorian, and 4 is Grand Inquisitor.
Great moment.
Great moments. Yeah, the Boba and IG-88 meet is that's a gold standard. Like I hope it is celebration going forward. I have to now I have to just recreate this. Now I have to have this happen. Next celebration.
Now I'd say this could be a cynical tweet from you if I didn't go to celebration with you and you didn't have a good time and you were complaining about it. So it's like, oh, my top 4 moments from celebration. And you're just talking about like, you're just annoyed at the comics that have been announced. Yeah. Chewbacca and Han meet. Boba and IG-88 meet. The Mandalorian, well, maybe you didn't get into the panel, so you're just annoyed about that. And Grand Inquisitor is maybe the person that kicked you out of your hotel, the hotel management.
Oh, man.
But Boba and IG-88 meet. That is release that Detours episode.
That's exactly what it sounds like too.
All right. How about this one, Corey?
I can't believe I've never read The Mandalorian, but I'm gonna fix that.
I can't believe I've never read The Mandalorian, but I'm going to fix that. Rightly yodely.
Everyone's favorite novel series, The Mandalorian, of course.
I can't believe you haven't read it. This one could be caught. This is just one of your tweets, I feel like.
Thanks to everyone for the support over the years. This opportunity means the world to me. It just feels like a Kenobi tweet. Something I definitely tweeted.
I thought this was a link to today's show.
Perfect. There you go.
Excellent. All right. Wait there. I think I had up. You got anything else, Corey?
Tales of the Jedi was pretty cool.
Hey, how did Dooku not see Yaddle like going behind in that mini
Parking
rig.
right there, yeah.
Like that was like
That dude in
the episode was actually awesome. But every
Yeah.
time that ship's just behind, I'm just like, but it's just hot. Like you've seen the Americans and how
Yeah.
people can see how people are tagging them.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
there, in a mini rig, no less. In a mini rig.
Yeah.
But continue, Corey. Sorry.
No, yeah, it was good. I loved it. Loved Tales of the Jedi. I thought it was a fantastic little show. Actually, tonight, Aubrey and I on Convor call at 7:30. We'll be talking with the Kiners, so that'll be
Oh wow.
fun hearing their stories of how they worked on that.
Do you reckon they'll have your theme music ready yet?
I'm gonna ask. It's on the docket for questions.
I bet it is, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so there was a lot for people that like read the novel of Ahsoka and were very invested in it. They there was issues with the canon or whatever in the cartoon. What exactly is different, and where do you stand?
I think the biggest difference was in the last episode with Ahsoka, where they swapped out all the characters in that book for other ones, and it was just kind of a watered down version of what that fight scene with the Inquisitor was.
So the characters are actually different characters.
Yeah, they're different completely.
Oh, so they've got different names.
Different names. Yeah, I know there's rightfully so a lot of controversy around the characters were swapped with because in the book it's a lot of different people of color and different ethnicities, and they swapped them all. And so I know that's been a big point of controversy, rightfully so. And then so that I think is what's been the biggest debate. And then also the Inquisitor stuff is completely different. And then even the whole like the first 10-minute or 5-minute it's a 10-minute episode. The first 2 minutes of that episode was good with the Ahsoka and the funeral. That was great. But everything after that, I think, is what the controversy is about. So
I love the bit with Bale. That was awesome.
Oh, I love that. It was 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I enjoyed the whole thing, but like some of the Ahsoka scenes, like because I'm not like super Ahsoka'd out, so it's sort of just like, and I'm not that like, because like is this from the Clone War? Like I'm not that invested in the animated like the Clone Wars universe, whatever.
Yeah.
But that first bit with Bale, that was
it was so good.
That was some sweet action.
I naturally love the Clone Wars episode. That one was just like took me right back to the early seasons and seeing the updated animation, and it was a nice little breath of fresh air, I think, for this year. I loved it. Yeah, the music again, the Kiners just every single time like bring it. I want them to do a live action show so bad. So I'm rooting for them to do Ahsoka. That would be great.
Okay. Interesting. I'm just looking at the little Star Wars news. There's not much popping up. I know that the girl that played Logan's daughter or whatever, she's in Acolyte.
Yeah.
From Logan. That's pretty sick. I always thought her character in Logan, the way she jumped around and stuff, I was always like, oh, she could play Yaddle.
She could play Yaddle. Really? Was that your thought?
She's jumping around and she's like sporadically fast and stuff. And
wow.
I'm like, get a Yaddle mask on her.
Oh, that's a take for sure.
What?
It's just so interesting. Yeah. Yaddle. Well, Yaddle got canned, man. She's gone. Done.
Tough times for Yaddle.
Yeah. Poor Yaddle, man. It's very sad. Grogu's having a short, right? There's like a short coming out for Grogu in November.
Oh, really? Daphne Keane is
Daphne Kino.
No, it's Keane, according to Screen Rant.
Yeah, I believe the joke Dylan was making was because of the character Kino, but um, this what is this called? This leaked out. It was it's a short. It's called Grogu and the Dust Bunnies.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Harry's going to be all over that.
Oh yeah.
Um,
But yeah, other than that, I mean, we're almost like it's crazy that we're almost done with this year because next year it's going to be pretty full steam ahead for Star Wars content. So
Steamo. All right. I think definitely that this one's
Long enough.
gone long enough. I didn't set up properly. But anyway. Anything else you'd like to? Oh, you got your stream.
yeah, tonight it's 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got our stream at the Kiners. So if anyone wants to jump in the chat and ask questions, definitely feel free to.
All right, sweet action. And over here, I've actually got an interview episode about to go up. I'll probably get it up over the weekend, talking about their book today in Star Wars history.
Oh,
We've got Richard and Sarah from Skywalking Through Neverland. And that's going to be up on YouTube and podcasts. And it's
fun.
It's a delightful little jaunt through Star Wars fandom. So Richard Wright, the book's about like Star Wars dates and stuff like that. As a kid, he started writing down, like he'd see in the newspaper, they'd have some article about Star Wars and he'd write notes about it. So it's like he started writing this book like 45 years ago or something.
Oh wow, okay.
It's quite a thing. Aubrey says, "Let us know if you have any questions. We can ask the Kiners." Well, I just want to hear Corey's theme.
Dude, we'll see. Before Kenobi hadn't come out now, so now I can give them reference to go. If you need inspiration for this theme, just look at this 5-second clip.
Look at this green-headed dude stumble over the desert.
Yeah, even better.
Excellent. Alrighty, dude. Thanks so much. Like and comment, and let me know what you think of my little Andor theory and how that's going to wind up. But until next week. Also on the Patreon, we've got a new Hawes Calls with me and Hawes talking about this week's Andor on audio. So there's that. Corey, I'll see you later, buddy.
See you later. Bye, guys.
May that force be with you. Sunday, Monday, Corey days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Corey days. Corey Day. What a day for YouTube. This content is ours. Scoop along with me those Corey days. Yeah, you could have been a bit more supportive of my theory, mate. You just left me high. Just don't worry about it. Just, you know where to wedge one of those hot toys, buddy. I tell you what.
Never more than 12.